Congressman, in the final days of a campaign, you obviously hear sometimes the most pitched version of a candidate's closing argument, both from them and also from their surrogates. And there was a moment on the campaign trail yesterday where Tucker Carlson introduced former President Donald Trump. And he did it this way. I want to show it to you and then ask you about it on the other side.
There has to be a point at which Dad comes home. Dad comes home. And he's pissed. When Dad gets home, you know what he says? You've been a bad girl. You've been a bad little girl, and you're getting a vigorous spanking right now.
When Donald Trump did take the stage, there were chants of Daddy's home. Sir, your reaction to these comments?
This is the Republican Party of 2024. It's creepy. It's scary, and people ought to pay attention to the things that they're saying in the imagery that they're projecting, whether it's that kind of scary and weird introduction that Tucker Carlson just did, or this notion that people are eating cats and dogs in Ohio, or Donald Trump's obsession with all things Arnold Palmer. This is a weird party. They've gone off the rails, and people better pay attention.
Sir, if you do feel that way, why do you think the race is so close?
Well, I think Donald Trump knows that in the short term, scaring people, frightening people, demonizing his opponents gets some people amped up. And he has this base of supporters that I will never be able to completely psychoanalyze, who believe anything he says, even if it's absolutely ridiculous, even if it contradicts their interests. This is a cult. It's a scary one. And people who are thoughtful, who are somehow thinking that they want to pursue whatever policies they think Donald Trump will pursue, have to accept the fact that coming with that is a person who has fascist tendencies and who is just plain weird, strange, scary, all of the above.
All right, Congressman Dan Kildee, thanks very much for the time today. I really appreciate it. Keep us posted on your home state. All right, thank you. You referenced this moment, so we played it there for Dan Kildee. Mark Lauder, are you comfortable with that introduction?
I didn't see the context of it, so I'm not sure, what all, if it was in the larger, what he was referring to. It's an interesting, it's probably not the intro I would have used, but I need to see context.
What context would you need to see?
Well, I mean, if I had to, and again, I did not see the whole thing, I just saw that clip. If he's talking about, which I know Tucker often talks about, reining in the bureaucking.
No, that's not what he was talking about.
I didn't see it.
Okay, so what he was saying,
I would say that's
what he was saying is
Isaac,
that America is like a bunch of kids that have been misbehaving, and that the mother couldn't get them under control. As he says there, Daddy comes home and Daddy's pissed, and that the mother says, go to your room, and that the father comes up and then spanks the girl until it hurts her. Now, I do think, though, it's Tucker Carlson, whatever, okay, you want to say that. It was ahead of Trump at a rally. Then Donald Trump came out. Right? They were cheering what you said about that.
We're going to translate that down as well.
And this is at a moment when we have all these people talking about how he likes to be an authoritarian, is maybe a fascist, is a fascist. And Donald Trump himself keeps talking about how much he admires Viktor Orban, who is an authoritarian.
And by the way, he's also running against a woman.
Yes,
well,
and can we also remember that several hundred women who have been victims of sexual assault did an ad in the New York Times this week to point out that someone who has been found criminally liable for the same should not be president. I mean, the dynamics here in terms of saying a woman and male and just even the gender dynamics we're talking about in this election, we got to bring it back together. And just that kind of language is so disturbing.
To answer your question, Casey, the election is close because that still resonates with a lot of people, no matter how problematic some of the language is. We talked a lot on the program yesterday about how men are at issue, black men, the manosphere, this kind of stuff.
It's also close because people can't afford the groceries,
all that
gas,
too,
and the border's open.
Yeah, not saying that that's not important, but the gender gap, I suppose, was on incredibly stark display with that Tucker Carlson moment.
Trump did do an event yesterday with a host of people, including Tucker Carlson, David, who talked a lot about spanking girls. Let's listen.
There has to be a point at which Dad comes home. Dad comes home. And he's pissed. When Dad gets home, you know what he says? You've been a bad girl. You've been a bad little girl, and you're getting a vigorous spanking right now.
Yeah, look, I have no idea what the hell he's talking about right there, John, right? I don't think it's, I mean, I have no idea. I can't defend it. I don't even know what he's talking about. Nothing. Got nothing for you. But I will talk about last night and Kamala Harris's poor debate performances, and I think it was an unmitigated disaster.
But the point is, so you think that Tucker Carlson's saying that it works at odds with the message you'd rather see getting out?
Listen, I'd rather see the message that Donald Trump had this past weekend, right, when he's going to, doing the working at McDonald's like a regular person. Listen, what's that?
Arnold Palmer.
Listen, I'd rather see any message than that last night, right?
Right.
I like to see Donald Trump out connecting with people, the OTRs. Donald Trump is incredibly good at one-on-one retail politics. People love him. I think that works in barber shops, talking to real people, hearing their concerns. I think that's very, his best format. I don't think Tucker Carlson's the best spokesperson for Donald Trump. I think let Donald Trump speak for himself.
Kenner, very quick answer on that, then I want to end on one poll number.
It's disgusting. It is absolutely horrible. I mean, Donald Trump has been accused of sexual assault multiple times before. The fact that this is even being brought up as part of a campaign should hopefully turn off women voters across the country. It's awful.